I've been letting the dust settle on this one for a few days now, but unless you've been living under a rock, you will know that the Warzone community is up in arms about the fact that Call of Duty have removed the solos playlist from the regular Battle Royale in the Season 4 update last Thursday. So let's get into this. Now, just like every new season of Call of Duty, the patch notes arrived ahead of the season actually dropping into the game. And very late on, before the season was added, Call of Duty released a statement giving their reasons why they've removed the standard Battle Royale solo playlist from the game. So the statement said, since launching Battle Royale Casual, a blend of players and clearly identifiable bots, we've seen it become a considerably popular option with positive reception overall. Given its popularity, combined with our ongoing effort to keep playlist options focused and manageable, we're going to experimentally replace core Battle Royale solos with Battle Royale Casual solos. While we understand the impact this will have for players who prefer core Battle Royale solos, it is a compromise we're comfortable with given the larger engagement with other playlist options. We'll be closely monitoring player feedback and daily active user performance over the coming weeks to help guide the next steps. So that was the statement we got before the season dropped. Now, I am predominantly a solo Warzone player. I always have been and probably always will be. This stems right the way back from Verdansk, as it was back in the day, all the way through Caldera, into Al-Mazrah, Urzikstan, and now back on Verdansk here. I do squad up now and again. We have played some Verdansk duos recently, with some sort of ranked as well going on, but for the most part, if I was to squad up, probably will play a Resurgence mode. So this actually directly impacts me quite a bit because it's the mode that I really enjoy playing the most. So since Season 1 dropped almost a week ago now, I've played one game of solos, which is the gameplay you're seeing on the screen now of a Battle Royale solos, but it is the casual mode. I only dropped in to look actually at the new POI, the Overlook, which is in downtown, and I will say it's quite an impressive POI. I'm actually really sort of impressed with it, how good it looks, even when you see it from across the map and how far you can see across the map from the building itself. It looks good, but they ruined my experience of it because they removed my game mode that I actually love to play. So I just want to break down a little bit more about Battle Royale Casual and the statement that Call of Duty put out about removing solos from the core Battle Royale playlist. So when Verdansk dropped back into the game at the start of April, we had solos, duos, trios, and quads. That was how that was. It's pretty much the standard playlist across any Battle Royale. Then, when rank dropped mid-season of Season 3, they removed trios from that playlist and put it in as a ranked-only mode. Now, for me personally, I'm not a fan of this. I don't think that we should be removing core playlist modes from the regular sort of Battle Royale playlist to cater for other modes like ranked. You don't see other Battle Royales doing this like Fortnite or Apex or anything. You know, those core playlists stay in those core playlists. So why are Call of Duty once again doing this to their playlists? So I don't really play trios all that much. It didn't really impact me. Trios is there if you want to play with dance. You just have to play ranked instead, which is obviously a little bit sweatier. But given the SBMM levels of this game, normal trios is just as sweaty as ranked is. So it's not a major impact. However, at the turn of Season 4, we now have duos and quads are the only modes you can play as a standard Battle Royale mode on Verdansk. Therefore, you've then got ranked as the trios mode, and then in Battle Royale Casual, you've got quads and solos. So basically, Battle Royale Casual is a mixture of real players and AI bots, and you pretty much can tell the difference between them. The bots are not even recruit level differently bots, so they're that easy to kill. So you can very much tell that this really isn't a mode for people to try and like really grind or anything like that. This is pretty just a mode for people to, in theory, jump in and have fun and kind of get used to the mechanics of the game. And go back to Call of Duty statement, it says that this mode has actually been well received and quite popular since it dropped with the start of Verdansk. And I will tell you why it's quite popular since it dropped at the start of Verdansk. It's because it has hardly any skill-based matchmaking at all. That's why it's popular. It's not a popular mode in the slightest because all you do is land in and shoot AI bots. Some people might enjoy that. For me personally, I don't find it very rewarding in the slightest. I find it really boring and I couldn't play more than 1 or 2 games of it. But it's popular because you don't have to sweat in it. You can literally finish work at 5 o'clock. You can jump on Call of Duty for a little bit for a couple of hours. You can land in Verdansk. You can play Battle Royale Casual. You know, you can actually have somewhat of a fun experience on it, and then you can go off and do whatever you want to do after you've played it. That's why it's popular. It's not popular because we've got AI bots in the game or because it's a revolutionary playlist. No, it's popular because of these skill-based matchmaking is so tight in the normal Battle Royale modes that people are now shifting to this casual mode to just play an easier and a more chilled experience. That's why it's popular. Now, another thing that Call of Duty say in their playlist is that they're comfortable removing the standard solos playlist for the casual mode because of the uptake in the other playlists and how popular those modes are. Now, I will say I can kind of get where they're coming from with this, because if I queue in for, say, like a duos or a trios or a quads, I tend to find a game very, very quickly. In comparison, when I try to queue in for a game of solos, my ping, you know, it counts up, it ends up counting up to like 90 ping before it says looking for 100 more players. So I get that the solo playlist time to make a match is a bit slow, and that probably solos is the least uptaken of the standard Battle Royale playlists, but it's solos, and it's very much a core mode of every Battle Royale for the most part. So why are you taking it out of a game that it's been it should just be there? I don't get why it's been removed. Back at the start of April, Call of Duty made this big song and dance about Verdansk going back to the Battle Royale roots in terms of a faster time to kill and sort of no redeploy balloons, and we're going to have this traditional Battle Royale experience that we kind of had back when Verdansk dropped in 2020 originally. However, we're now getting away from this Battle Royale experience once again, because we're now sort of removing playlists and putting them in a casual mode, and I feel like this casual mode is very much going to start to take over regular Battle Royale, because I feel like we're going to go down the Fortnite route of adding just AI bots into sort of non-ranked lobbies, just to create this sort of experience of like hand-holding and sort of, I don't know, it feels like they don't want to tackle skill-based matchmaking and that issue with it. So rather than tackle that issue of skill-based matchmaking, they're just going to go, you know what, we're just going to add AI bots into sort of every playlist bar ranked, and that's how it's going to be. And for me, that will kill this traditional Battle Royale experience that we kind of know and love with Verdansk. So much like the Modern Warfare 2/Modern Warfare 3 Warzone days, it looks like regular Battle Royale is once again going to be put on the back burner in favour of this casual mode. And we're also going to see it in Resurgence coming mid-season as well. I don't know what the playlist is going to be like for that. Probably just be quads on Rebirth Island. But this casual mode is now coming to different aspects of the game, which makes me think that this is here to stay for the long term, and it's turning from a mode that is meant to introduce people to the game to a mode where you're just going to have players stuck in this mode because they don't want to go into a traditional normal mode because, well, the matchmaking is going to mess them up, basically. So you're now going to give these players a mode to live in when it's supposed to be sort of this sort of experimental environment where people can just hop in and just, not really sitting forever, but all of a sudden this is going to be the case now, and once again you're going to see the decline of Warzone. So you've got this update in casual modes with AI bots in it, coupled with the fact that the update quality is, again, very, very poor. Verdansk dropped very cleanly at the start of April, and then we got a mid-season update for Season 3, which introduced some bugs into the game, and then Season 4 introduced, well, a lot of bugs into the game, and therefore we're back to the same poor quality updates that we were used to before Verdansk. So, once again, it's just pushing people towards these casual modes because, well, no one wants to try and sweat it out when there's a million different bugs in the game. They'd rather just sit and shoot bots because, well, it's a little bit more fun. So what about my one and only game of Battle Royale Casual Solos? Well, I dropped in at the Overlook, which was the new POI into the game, and, well, no one else really dropped there because, well, they're all AI bots, so they're just going to spread out across the map. Obviously, none of the normal players dropped there for the most part, from what I could tell. I will say when I was playing this game, there was only one or two players that I could tell were legit real players. The rest of them were bots, but it was hard to tell for the most part who was who. So I don't know whether or not there was 30 real players in this match, including me or not. And I will say that it was quite possibly one of the most boring experiences of my life. It was so unrewarding, and yet I dropped something like 27 kills in solos, and I felt so underwhelmed by the whole experience of it. It was, yeah, quite poor. And I will say as well that one thing I did notice was that, obviously in solos, the lobby dies quite quickly. In this mode, the lobby held up quite well, which obviously you could tell, given the fact that most of it was bots and they're not kind of killing each other, as opposed to normal players killing each other quite quickly. So, for me, it was boring. Will I play it again? Probably not. So Battle Royale Solos is going to be out of the game till at least June 12th when they update the playlists. Hopefully, after June 12th, Solos will be back in the game. I feel like we need all the core playlists in the game to ensure that the Battle Royale aspect of this game doesn't die away like it has done in the past. I'm going to leave you with the footage, or the highlight footage, of my one and only game of casual solos for the rest of this video. So sit back and enjoy that. It's crazy to think that this is actually now what Warzone looks like, given what it looked like 5 years ago, but at the end of the day, the developers know what they're doing, apparently. What are your thoughts on Battle Royale Solos being removed from the game? Do you like it? Do you miss it? Do you want to see it back? What's your thoughts on Battle Royale Casual as well? Do you think it's a good mode to have in Verdansk? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch us all in the next one. 53 meters. Can't see where I'm hitting them because of the cluster strike. 52 meters. So he's there.
Target grid empty. Negative BDA.
This has to be a bot, right? I don't want to push down. In case it's not.
They tagged
I
me.
think you are a bot, actually.
Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone.
You're there. You haven't run out, so.
Gas is inbound.
You're still there. 50 meters.
Switching max.
You were a legit player.
Wait to take what's yours.
I don't think I can count that one. Don't think I count that as a win. 27 kills, but that's insane. It's just so